Hey. It's Monday, everybody. Welcome back to the work week. Welcome back. Good to have you all here today. I hope you all had an amazing weekend this weekend. I had a great one, but it's great to be back with you guys. I missed you guys yesterday. Got some great stuff to talk about today. Very interesting. And again tonight, part 3 of my new series. I hope to see you all there for that. Seems to be going well. Everybody seems to be pleased with it. Again, the new series is the True Crime, True Stories Behind Hollywood Movies. Yep. Tonight, folks, is based on the movie From Hell, the true story of Jack the Ripper. We all know who that is. Crazy Jack the Ripper. How about that one? I am looking forward to it. I hope you all are too. It's going to be a good one, guys. It's going to be a good one. I've been following that story for years. So we will see. So I think it is time to kick this off, folks, and get rolling. I know it. Hey, what's up, everybody? How we doing today? Good to see you all. As I said, hope you had a great weekend. Welcome back to reality, folks. Sadly. Hold on, everybody. Got to get the camera back to working. Get myself a little light here. Ah, there it is. Voila. Let there be light. Nope. Hello. That's too much light, isn't it? Trying to get myself a happy medium. It's not working. Anyway, how are we doing, everybody? What's up? What's up? Happy Monday. Happy Monday to you. I'm trying to sing a song. No. Nope. Good morning, folks. So who do we have in the house today with us? Let's see. Mr. Lance Wolf Nation here. Welcome, my brother. Good to see you. Thanks for joining me. Happy Monday. Miss Boone. Good to see you. And my brother on the mic. Welcome, brother. Welcome down in Florida in that beautiful weather that we are not. Well, we're kind of getting a little bit of it, but not as nice. PPR, what's up? PPR me ASAP. Every time I say your name, I want to say that. And I'm not saying the whole thing all the way out. Can't do it. It's too long. Anyway, good to see you, my brother. Oh, my good golly, Miss Molly. Molly Cat's in the house. Good to see you. So great to have you here, Molly. I hope you're having a wonderful Monday and had a beautiful weekend. Miss Jennifer Thompson, good to see you. Thanks for joining us today. Colby, what's up, buddy? Thanks for joining us today. Let's see. Anybody else we got down in here? Mama Bear, welcome. Good to see you, Mama Bear. Thank you for jumping in the chat with us today. I appreciate you. Mrs. M, thank you so much. Good to see you. Hope you're having a great day as well. And you had a beautiful weekend. A cold snap, low 40s, huh? I feel bad for you, bro. I really do feel bad for you. I'll be honest. Low 40s, whatever. Actually, we haven't been too bad up here. Actually, we have been 50s and 60s. One day it was 72, and we're supposed to be in the 50s again today. And the sun is shining. It's weird. I don't know. I've never seen spring hit in February, but I'll take it. I told you guys I'm done with winter. I'll take the springtime. Let's do this. Get the flowers going. Whatever. Dober Mom's in the house. What's up? What's up? How we doing today, Dober Mom? Good to see you. As always, how's the Ohio air? I mean, I don't know, Miss Boone. I don't know. I know that I know our water, the Ohio River's been doused with poison chemicals. I think the Mahoning River has been. The groundwater has been. Miss Heather, welcome. How are you, Miss Heather? Good to see you, my dear. Yeah, so that train wreck that we had has been. There's more chemicals that they're coming up with that they found. What are you gonna do? You know, I can't think of the name of the company that owns the trail, the train company, the railroad company, but yeah, it's dangerous, folks. Um, and they're going to be paying out some big bucks, if not going bankrupt from this, because it's not a joke. It's been a rather dangerous situation. I mean, like I said, I'm nervous to be. I mean, the air concentration levels, I guess, are okay. Most of the problem with this stuff is in the ground and in the local water sources, which that's not cool. You know what I mean? That is definitely not a good thing. So, at this point, we don't know what's going on. Yeah, I got you on that one, bro. Move down south. Yeah. If we had the ability to move down south, I'd have probably been in Alabama 5, 6, 10 years ago, folks. But I have my mother and father are still here, my aunt, my sister, my children, and my grandchildren are all here. They're not all going to up and move with us if we go. I mean, I know that they would like to, but they won't. So I can't leave that behind. You know what I'm saying, guys? Otherwise, we'd have been gone 100%. It is what it is. Um, so now that I've seen that the Ohio River has been doused with these chemicals as well as the Mahoning River. The Mahoning River, by the way, is a water source for the local city that I live on the outside of. My water comes from a well, thankfully. But I have friends that live in the city itself, and all of our businesses are in this city too, by the way. And their water sources come from the city. They're filtered and cleaned and treated. I don't know how much I trust that, guys. I really don't. It's a little nerve wracking, I'll be honest with you. Have you ever seen the autistic reporter covering the train incident on the Onion? I have not, my dear. I have not. I love that your family takes care of. Well, we try the best we possibly can. We're very close knit family. We always have sunshine. How are you? I've got sunshine on my mind on a cloudy day. And it is sunshiny outside. I love that name too. I'm glad you're in here because sometimes I just need to look at the word sunshine since I don't get none in Ohio here. And it helps me. So thank you, Sunshine, for being who you are. I appreciate you just as I do all the rest of you. It's great to hear that. Hello, 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 all the lovelies, by the way. Miss Dobermom says, how are you all? It's great to have you here, Dobermom. Thank you so much for joining me today. We have 5 escaped RSOs from a nearby pen. That's awesome. I bet you're excited. Gotta love that. Yeah, I have one that's close to me too, like probably within like 5 miles of one. We don't get too many escapes from there. We had one where they just walked off, but that was years ago. So walking on sunshine. That's right. I seen that. You know what? I'm a fool. I had planned all day to watch this damn game because it was the last game of the year, and I love football, right? So, here's what happened. I'm sure you can tell by the tone of my voice that I didn't watch the game. So, my wife and I started watching movies earlier on in the afternoon, and we got all wrapped up in, for whatever reason, a specific genre of movies. I watched a couple that I had never seen before. You guys are probably going to flip shit when you hear the one that I'm getting ready to say, considering who I am and what I've talked about. One movie I didn't see, and one movie I saw, but I fell asleep through most of it and didn't remember it. Okay. And both of these movies, you guys will be ashamed to know that considering my name and what I've talked about and what my name is based on, that I should have seen multiple times. So the one, and it's an amazing movie, was The Departed. Okay. I got wrapped up in that movie and I had seen it, but I fell asleep during it before. The second one was even worse, guys. It was Heat, with Robert De Niro and Al Pacino. And yeah, never had seen that movie before in my life. How, I don't know. Thank you, Miss Heather. Appreciate you. Anybody on this lovely Monday morning that would like to support me in the channel and help us out, guys, there's the PayPal, Cash App, and the Venmo. It would be much appreciated. Thank you so much. The bills are coming due, and I got to make sure they're paid so I can hang out with you guys as often as I can. The Departed is, yes, The Departed was, that's just a badass movie. I don't care what anybody says. The twists and turns in that movie are insane, and it's got pretty much an all-star cast. Leo DiCaprio, Mark Wahlberg, everybody and anybody you can think of is in this damn movie. Okay, great movie. So I forgot more than I remembered because I fell asleep at like a quarter of the way into the movie. I could have swore to God I watched it all. Nope, it was like watching for the first time, and I was just enthralled with it. I love it. We do get alerts, Sunshine. We get automatic alerts, and there's an alarm. There's like a tornado siren that goes off. The local police department alerts the whole town. We get phone calls, everything when it happens. So yeah. Sorry, guys. But now the other movie, Heat. How I never saw that movie, I have no clue. It had Pacino, De Niro. These are my favorite actors in the world, guys. And then Val Kilmer, which I'm not a fan of, but my wife loves. And just a bunch of other people, and it's like, what the hell? How did I not know this? That's kind of in the same boat, like along with Casino and Goodfellas and all these other types of movies. Never saw it. Never heard. I've heard of it, but I never saw it. So, and I was surprised that one of my absolute all-time favorite actors was not in this movie because it would have fit, which is Joe Pesci. So, watch Lucky Number 11. I swear I've seen that, but I don't think I have at the same time. That's weird. I'll have to check that out. I'm a big fan of those types of movies. My one of my all-time favorite movies of all times ever in life is Goodfellas, of course. I love it. Oh yeah. No, I got you on that one, Dober Mom. Absolutely, I understand that completely. Come on in, guys. Grab your coffee, tea. Come on in, sit down, have a conversation with me. Please. Missed you guys. It is what it is. It is what it is. I like my family. I love my meatballs. Come on in, meatballs. By the way, just a heads up, folks. I told you guys I was working on all the different perks and stuff for the memberships. I know I'm slow going and everything takes me forever, but it will all be put together 100% the right way pretty soon. And what's going to be set as one of the perks of being a member is going to be that you guys are going to have your own Discord along with me, if you're a member. and you will know things beforehand and all sorts of fun stuff. So I'm working on that right now to get you guys all wrapped up in that. Of course, if you choose to be, that's just one of the main perks of being a member of the True Crime Cafe with me, folks. So, if you guys want to be in it, you guys will be in it, all of you guys together. And like I said, you will get a, early alerts on things going on. You'll know what's going on. You get to talk to me all the time instead of just when I'm live. Not that you guys really want to, but I'm just saying. So on and so forth. So, lucky number 11. It's Ben Kingsley, Morgan Friedman, Bruce Willis, Lucy Liu, Josh Hartnett. It sounds like a good cast. I will check it out for sure. I got that like button like a big rig with no brakes. Hard. Okay. Alrighty. Thank you, dear. Thank you. And please, guys, do hit that like button. I'm working on also getting my for those of you that I think a couple of you asked, and if you didn't, I'm letting you know. I'm working on finding a way to set my comments up in here when I'm live so that you can comment while we're doing this at the same time, okay? My camera just did a ghost thing. Well, this is this new camera that does all sorts of funky things, so who knows? But I know right now it makes it look like I'm wearing makeup. It's very, very clear too. It's crazy. You see my pores all over my face and my eyeballs. Yes. Yep. Yes. You can see all of my facial imperfections, which I'm not a big fan of that, but hey, at least you can see me, right? Sure enough. I look haunted. Okay. Well, I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. So anyway, yeah, that is a new thing that's going on. Is like I said, the what was I saying? The Discord thing for all of you to be in all together. Therefore, you guys can converse with each other as well as me when I can be in there. And you'll get early updates on things that are going to happen and stuff, just stuff like that. Oh, goodness gracious and golly gee. You used every word you possibly could that wasn't bad. That was kind of interesting. I like that. I hope you and the Dover fam had a great weekend. Dover mom, Dover dad, Dover kid, and all the Dover babes. Miss Molly Cat, I hope you had a better weekend, my dear. Miss seeing ya. I hope you're feeling better. I know you weren't feeling good at the end of last week. I hope you have kicked that in its booty and moved along and here having a better day today. Let's see, Mrs. M. It's great to see you, as I said. Thank you so much for joining me. Mr. Lance, it's always a pleasure, my friend. T2014, how are you today this Monday? I hope you had a great weekend. Miss Heather. By the way, thank you, moderators, for being here. Miss April Stoll. Hello. Thank you for joining us today. Come on in, folks. Come on in. We got a good show today. We're jumping back into, we haven't touched on it for a few days. I can't talk for a few days, but the Idaho, University of Idaho murders, Brian Kohberger, touching on some new subjects that popped up in the case. Seems to be a daily thing with them. It is never really let off, guys, which is insane to me, but you don't see that happen too often in a lot of these cases. It'll run hard and long for a while, and then typically, with the suspect in custody, things like that, it kind of dies off. But this case, every day there's something new that pops up out of here. Like, my moderators are insanely sending me stuff left and right. Look at this. Check this out. What's this all about? This is new. Look, you know what I mean? It's insane. So busy, always busy. And I got to thank you again, Mama Bear, Miss Molly, Miss Heather, and Miss Brandy, all of you, Miss April. Thank you so much for sending me, Miss Dover Mom as well, the things that you send me on these cases that keeps me alert to the things that I'm not catching, which, a lot of times I get these things or I'm looking at these things. You guys are so damn quick that I don't get a chance to see them. It's just like, and guys, I don't even ask them to do this. They do this out of the kindness of their own hearts and because they have a passion for what we're doing, which is why they're here. And again, I have the greatest, and I quote, greatest moderators on the YouTube platform, folks, and it's a fact. Absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. They are the best and the loveliest since they're all ladies. Mr. Popper is not, but he's not really doing that hard stuff. He's working the hard stuff in the back end, but he's in here always. His eyes are always watching us. Um, but yeah, I got the best and loveliest moderators. I am a lucky feller. Toot toot. Exactly. Gotta love our Molly cat. She's busy, always busy. Guys, do me a favor if you can, by the way. Watch out for ads and let me know if you received a notification, folks. I know I say this to you constantly, but I have to remind you. And guys, until I can get the comments thing worked into my live stream somehow, please, if you could, make sure you're leaving comments for me, and whether it be right now or at the end of the show, because it's important for the algorithm. Again, just like leaving your DNA on that button for me, saying that you liked what I'm doing. If you haven't, please do. And if you don't want to, it's okay. I get it. Even if you want to say, hey, you suck, I hated it, it's something, let me know. So anyway, it's great to be here. As I said with you guys, I got to spend all day yesterday with my wife and my granddaughter and my son and my older son. And we had some wings. My son graced us with that. We made them, but that's about it. Great day, though. My granddaughter, she's always a blast. You guys probably see her as much as you see me nowadays. You got one, Mama Bear, good. You did not get one. I'm sorry, Dover Mom. This is the problem, guys. This is why we got to hit that like button and we got to leave them comments, because what happens is if they don't see regularity, I guess, from the likes and the comments, that they don't think I'm important, so therefore they don't put notifications out, which is very sad to me, but whatever. I got 13 likes right now, 15 concurrent viewers, so I guess I'm not doing too bad at this moment. We need more peeps in here, folks. Come on, tell your loved ones, your friends, your neighbors, the squirrels running across the power lines in front of your house. Tell them to come in and check me out. If you like me, I'm going to venture to say they'll like me. I hope, at least. It's good to have you guys here. Not that I'm not happy with who I have in here. Believe me, if I could get away with it and still be successful, this would be fine, with a few others that we're missing right now, of course. But they want me to grow, and grow. That's their thing. Cream Puff 817, thank you so much. It's good to see you. This is the best channel with deep voice, handsome dude, Dago the sauce. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. If you're being serious, I do appreciate you. And I'm glad to have you here. And I hope you keep coming back. Thank you, Mama Bear. Yes, share it out on your social media accounts if that will help. Please do. Please do. My notification came through as soon as you started the stream today. Same day. Some days it takes. Oh, well, that's awesome, T. I'm glad to hear that. And I shared it out through Twitter. I did it. That doesn't mean anybody's seen it. So either way. But yes, welcome, Cream Puff. It's great to have you here. And tell your friends, your neighbors, your loved ones, your nieces, nephews, your grandparents, anybody you think would be interested, give them a yell and say, hey, go check this guy out, because I think you'd like him. Because I like him, and some of you like him. They should like him too. That's my opinion. Oh, I'm Italian Stallion now. Whoa. Hey, forget about it, It is what it is, folks. So, 19 peeps. I was kind of holding on to get some more people in here, but whatever. So, I don't know how many of you guys have been still following the Idaho scenario. Um, it's a bad deal for the anybody that's listening for some reason that doesn't know anything about it. I'd be surprised, but the sad situation in Idaho. 4 students were murdered, and they have a suspect in custody. Very clear picture. Thank you, Miss Boone. Well, now you can really see the true me, huh? Maybe I need to go back to the old camera. Um, don't want to see this ugly mug. And guys, by the way, according to quote unquote a hairstylist, this hairstyle is supposed to look like this. It drives me absolutely insane. It looks to me like it's out of place here and there, but it's some messy looking thing it's supposed to look like. Okay, I cut this myself, mind you, but I followed it based on my niece is a hairstylist, and I'm quite a few friends that are too, and this is what it's supposed to be like. I don't think I like this. I'm be honest with you. It just looks like I decided to not touch my hair, So it is what it is. I'm stuck on the Idaho 4. What a case. It is a case for sure. You're a beauty of it if blurry. Well, thank you, Miss Boone. I do appreciate that, as well as I'm sure you are too. Yeah, it's a fact, Sunshine. How much of it can we believe? Well, we have some new stuff that I try. You guys know that I try to base everything I talk to you on based on facts for the most part, the best that I can. And it's hard, guys, because there's so much of it out there that who knows what's factual, what's not. So I try to stick with what's going on in the news. You would think that mainstream media would be as truthful as they possibly can, but we have also found that that's not always the case. News Nation is pretty good as far as, through YouTube, and I follow a lot of what they say, but there's some new stuff that they popped off with in regards to Dylan or Dylan Mortensen, whatever we want to call her, that kind of floated me a little. I was kind of like, whoa, guys, we've talked about her situation and her activities the day and night or the night of the actual murder, so on and so forth. So I'm a little, I don't know. And of course, my lovely moderators, Miss Heather has sent me some great stuff. Mama Bear sent me some stuff. Miss Molly has sent me some stuff. And I just take all that stuff and throw it in a blender and mix it up and come out with what the hell's going on. Because that's pretty much what it looks like at this point. You know what I mean? Because we really can't tell. It's insane. And I know the issue with this whole thing is that we want to know now what happened. What was the motive? What was the true, like the real deal? Like what really went down? Who was really involved? Who's this, that, and everything? That's what this is all about, folks. That's why we try to do our think tanks in here to see what we come up with. Well, it is what it is. Welcome, Breezy. It's good to see you. Hope you had a great weekend. But there's a lot of things in here that I have seen and heard more recently that do make sense to me, and I'm sure will to you. And it's Molly, you haven't been slacking on anything, my dear. You do more than enough. For anything you do is more than enough. So there's no slacking. So it is what it is. No. You can't be hard on yourself about anything. Because if I'm not hard on you about it, you can't be hard on you about it. So I have no. There's been some sorry guys, I'm still struggling with this stupid internet crap. So if it happens, I'm sorry ahead of time. As of late, like I said, there have been some interesting things that have popped up here and there, so on and so forth, that, it makes you question different things. But I think we've always kind of had a little bit of a, for lack of better words, let me see. A question as into Dylan Mortensen's negligence. For lack of better words, I'm just saying negligence, and meaning as far as calling 911, reacting to the situation. Okay? Again, for lack of better words, guys, or lack of better terms, whatever you want to put it in, that's kind of what I think we all have been kind of doubtful with and questioning. Okay? If I'm wrong, somebody call me out on it. You guys know I hold no bones. I will accept any kind of constructive criticism you can throw me, because I'm growing and learning, and I got to do all those things and hear these things to do that stuff, guys. So it's okay. So throw it at me if I'm wrong. But, initially with her story, I was kind of like, I don't want, the girl's going to be, crucified when she gets put on the stand anyway. And, I think she's been through enough. But the more I see and hear, it sparks my curiosity. Okay? It really does, guys. I mean, it's kind of like, well, wait a minute. And why? And what's this all about? You know what I'm saying? So at that point, you got to look at it and go, look at this. And here's the issue with this whole case. We now have to wait until June to go to trial on this, right? Not one person sitting in here right now. I can bet my everything I own on this. And you guys tell me if I'm wrong, but I can bet every single person in here that's following that case cannot wait patiently until June to figure out what in the hell is going on with this. If I'm right about that, folks, give me a 1. And if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure I'm correct on that everybody is insane over wanting to know what the hell happened with this case. And nobody wants to wait till June, which is why we do right now what we're doing. Okay. So let's see. Let me get into my down. Yeah, see? That's what I'm saying. Let me get into my downloads here, folks, and see what I got going on for you all. Right. It's insane. And I was kind of really irritated. I know I have. What's up, Austin Ferris, my brother? Good to see you. We have no range or nothing. Right. It's insane. How did I do that? I was kind of really irritated. I know I have. How the hell did I do that? Austin Ferris, my brother. That was crazy. That's not how that worked. Oh, I see what I did. Anyway, we also want to know what fact and why was redacted and hidden curiosity. Absolutely, we do. Yes, we do. Thank you, Dober Mom. Absolutely. Why were there redactions immediately? Okay. Why? No, I don't. Cream Puff. From what I understand, the trial or the next date is set for June 26th, I think. I might be wrong, but yeah, that's it. In stone. That's it. I would love it if they would pop up, and say, hey, we changed our mind, which they can't do because it's, has to be done legally. But, hey, we changed our mind and we're going to do this in the first week of March. I would be ecstatic, folks. But it don't work that way. So, let me see something here. Where did it go? Oh, hold on one moment, guys. I got so much stuff in here. I got things lost. Sorry. Bear with me. I will get to it. Oh, and not to mention, not to go off subject, but not to mention all this talk about UFOs. How about that one? Somebody said we're being invaded by aliens. What is up with that? I think News Nation even talked about the way they presented their story on it about these things that have been being shot down all over the United States. You know, we just had one happen up in Michigan yesterday, another one. Correct me if I'm wrong as well, but I think the house is only sealed, preserved until March. That also could explain the fence. That's very possible. Very possible. I know the defense has already been in the house. Yeah, I agree, Boone. I agree. He does. I wish he would be awake, a little bit more awake than he is, but, you know. And I don't want to get into any political talks about presidents and stuff because some people would get offended, and I don't want to do that. Yeah, open borders in the skies, too. That's a fact. That's a fact. But, you know, folks, based on other things that I've heard, we don't know. We don't know what the deal is with any of that stuff. So I guess we just got to wait and see what comes from all of that. Ann Taylor should not be able to be involved in this case because of her. Well, there's a petition to have her removed, April. So I think she should be removed, to be honest with you. I really do. I think they need to put a male attorney in on that and make it go. March sounds right. Yeah, I agree. I think so too, Mama Bear. Yeah, I think he should have a headstrong male attorney and see how that goes for him that way because I think he thinks he's in control with having her there. Yeah, he's already added another one, and I think that she needs the boot. I'm sorry. That's too much of a conflict of interest in my opinion. So that's all I could say. Where's this at now? I keep getting distracted and distracting myself. Sorry, guys. Where is it now? I watched a interesting what was it live stream a couple days ago. I don't know if you guys have ever followed Harsh Reality. I watch a lot of his stuff. He's pretty decent. And he was talking in regards to a stream of his that he brought up about Dylan Mortensen's inner circle speaking, and I was just like, interesting. It was an interesting stream to say the least, but you know, which is still wrong. And yeah, I agree, April. I agree. I think she should be out altogether because that is a huge conflict of interest, in my opinion, folks. I'm just saying. All right, where I'm still. Why is it still not popping up? Come on. Come on. I know a lot of you guys are still watching, probably watching the Alex Murdoch trial. I can't bring myself to pull myself into that. I'm sorry that I'm not covering it, you guys. I just think there's enough on my plate right now, and I don't want to get into something else. I follow it, but I'm not. I don't want to cover it. Don't get me wrong. Oh, okay. Well, here's one thing. I wanted you guys to watch this. I meant to bring this out to you guys a while back, but I didn't. I got wrapped up in something else. Hello, Miss Sherry. Thank you for joining us. It's great to see you. I hope you had a beautiful weekend, and now you are here with us, which is even better. Thank you for joining me today. I think there's a moral and ethical issue with it as well. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Absolutely. by the way, just so everybody knows. Mama Bear is not able to join us today up here because she's got some things that she's doing, but she's still, even with that, is still in the chat, guys. That is dedication. I'm sorry, but it is dedication. Just in case, before anybody were to ask, um, if there is anybody else that would like to join me today, and since we're probably talking about stuff you already know about, you're more than welcome to jump up here with me. If you'd like to jump up here and talk along with me today, you're more than welcome. Hello, there she is. She's saying hello, everyone. See, I told you, she's got important things to do in her life today, and she's still in here in the chat. Is what I'm saying. Dedication is dedication, folks. You can't go wrong with this. I told you, I have the best moderators ever. If they were removing the fence in March, what's going on in March? That is being removed in some cases. They take the jury, and that's kind of what I was thinking, Sunshine, is that they're probably going to walk the jury through. They wanted to clean it, I think, first, because you can't, regardless of what they want everybody to see, they can't walk them through that if it's a mess. So they have to get it cleaned out, and it's going to take forever to clean it the right way, which I still think the house needs to be burnt to the ground. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. Dober Mom says they're a great answer. Oh, yeah. I hate cases where it's against their child. What monster of a parent just can't. Yeah, I got you. I agree, Dober Mom. Welcome, Miss Pamela. It's great to see you today. Thank you for joining us from over the pond. Hope you're having a great day and had a great weekend, Miss Pamela. By the way, guys, we will be jumping back into the Nicola Bully story tomorrow. I just wanted to catch up on this. We haven't touched on this in a while. So I wanted to catch everybody back up with this one. And we'll be back with Nicola tomorrow because, again, folks, as I've been saying, she's not in the damn river, okay? So there's some stuff to look at in that one that we have been digging on for sure. For sure. So, Kilani, welcome. Good to see you. For sure. Absolutely. Let me see here. Sorry, folks. I'm getting messages and DMs from people. Hey, poor Nicola is turning into a radio. And I knew it was going to, Pamela, because, and I have nothing. I'm not trying to speak badly of the police force over there, but the way it was handled in the beginning, the way that the superintendent came across, I just was not. I was not comfortable with that situation. Let me put it that way, okay? Because she was not leaving any options open for anything other than the fact that that woman fell in the water. That's wrong. I'm sorry. Do you think DM, when she called her friends over, they went and looked at the Idaho fort? We're going to get into that, Cream Puff. That's basically what we're going to talk about today. In some senses, there's a lot of that we're going to. I have this opinion for sure, Cream Puff, to talk about it. So we are definitely going to talk about it because I'll explain it here in a few. So let me pull this up, and hopefully this all works. Heather, did you see your pic on YouTube? What? What are we talking about? Oh, that one. Yes. By the way, real quick, just to remind you guys, those of you that just jumped in, again, tonight is part 3 in my new series, True Crime, True Stories in Hollywood, folks. we're doing this evening, for those of you that may not have been around the other night, the movie From Hell with Johnny Depp is based on the true story of Jack the Ripper out of London, England. Okay. And it's going to be a good one because I have a lot on this. I've been following this story since I was a little kid. And Miss Heather posted, or she created the cover picture and everything for that. So we put that out there, and it is a very awesome job, Miss Heather. Thank you so much for that. Very much appreciated, and thank you, Mama Bear, for setting all that up for me. I do appreciate that. Yeah, I have some very talented moderators too, by the way. Like I said, they are all doing. Molly does things. Dobermom does things. As far as creation and graphics and stuff, because we all know I'm a dunderhead. I'm still not very good with that stuff, which they're going to teach me. I've been promised already that I'm going to be taught how to do this stuff the right way. But yeah, everybody is busy, guys. That's part of my team. Whether I want them to be or not, they're still doing it. They're ahead of me on things most of the time, so I can't complain. I am super lucky. Model mods. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, right then. Let's see. All right. Fingers crossed, everybody, that I don't get any kind of internet interruptions with this stuff, but hopefully this is... this was something that I wanted to show you guys a week or so ago. Actually, I think it was 2 weeks ago. They had on News Nation had put out, there was a psychiatrist that had analyzed Dylan's behaviors during the scenario that went on that evening, okay? Or that morning, I should say, honestly. And I wanted you guys to hear this, and then I kind of wanted your reaction to this, truthfully. And then, we'll go forward with what we're going to do. So, wait a minute. I think this is good. Okay. All right. Again, guys, please let me know how the audio is on this. And if you can't hear, and if there's any other issues with it that you're having. So please do let me know.
I don't know that it would last that long, but maybe there's another explanation. Maybe she was afraid. Maybe she was in denial about what she was seeing. Maybe, she had been...
Sorry, guys. I guess I never went back on it when I was watching it. Sorry. Let's start this again. All right, let's see what we got here.
The arrest affidavit released on suspected Idaho murderer Brian Kohberger details a lot of chilling new information. There are even witness accounts of what unfolded in the home that night, including one surviving roommate's alleged run-in with the suspect. I'll read you a portion of the affidavit where the roommate described...
Now, again, this is stuff we've already touched on, but I want you guys to pay more attention to what the psychiatrist has to say about Dylan's reactions and stuff, okay? That's all. And you can watch the whole thing, but that's mostly what we're looking at. I know, like I said, I don't like to redo things over and over and over again, but this specific news article we didn't go over, but there's reasons why I'm pulling it out now, is what I'm saying. Then we're going to get into why afterwards. But thank you all so much for understanding.
Described as DM, says that he saw a figure, black clothing and mask. Quote, the male walked past DM as she stood in a frozen shock phase. The male walked towards the back sliding glass door. DM locked herself in her room after seeing the male. DM did not recognize the male. And joining me now is psychiatrist and former mental health policy fellow in the U.S. Senate, Dr. Daniel Bilber. Dr. Bilber, one of the survivors she saw that night. At one point, she even describes hearing someone say, someone's in the house, and later she hears crying. So I want to get to a better understanding of why police were not called right away, because the events I described were frightening enough that the roommate locked herself in the bedroom. But why not call police? Could she have been in shock for that long?
Well, Mitch, they call it fight or flight, but it's actually fight, freeze, or flight. We see this in police officers. We see this in soldiers on the battlefield. It's the activation of what we call the sympathetic nervous system, and chemicals like adrenaline are released, which prepares your body basically for the fight of its life. And sometimes people can freeze up where they become disconnected from their thoughts and emotions, which is what we call dissociation. So this is a response that can happen in anyone. And a lot of people will say, well, I would react this way or that way, but no one really knows until they're in the situation. So I don't think we can judge too harshly here.
So I understand freezing in the moment when a potential murderer, or at least just a strange man, is in your home after 4 a.m. What I don't quite understand at this time is the police were not called until about noon the next day. That's the information we have. And also the roommates had called other people over because they were concerned about the roommates. So they called friends to come over before they called police. So the state of shock, I'm curious about how long it could possibly last and why they would have called somebody else before they called police.
Well, I don't know that it would last that long, but maybe there's another explanation. Maybe she was afraid. Maybe she was in denial about what she was seeing. Maybe, she had been consuming alcohol. There's any number of reasons that she could have delayed it. But obviously, I don't think it was for any nefarious purpose. I just think it was probably her particular response to something that she couldn't believe that she was seeing. It's also possible that maybe she told herself that maybe this is related to one of the other roommates, that someone else is in the home. We just won't really know. There's really no way to ask, unfortunately.
And I know this is a difficult question for you to answer, but it's why we have you on. The alleged killer here killed 4 people and then just walked right past a 5th. I'm curious as to what that indicates about the mental state of the suspect in this situation.
So I believe what you're going to find out is that this killer was stalking a particular individual. And what do we know about stalkers? We know that the risk of violence increases if there's an intimate relationship with them. We know that the risk of violence.
Now, there that is again, guys. Once again, it's been brought up and thrown away and brought up and thrown away and brought up and thrown away about a stalker, okay? Which has happened a lot in this case. Is there's been ideals thrown out and then taken back, and then ideals thrown back out and then taken back, and then it's back. It's round and round and round and it goes. I'm just saying. Once again, here we are with the stalker situation.
Increases if there's a history of substance use, criminal behavior, unemployment. So I believe that he had contact with one of these victims, whether it was a casual contact or a more intimate contact. We won't know yet until we find out more information. But I believe there was a single target here, and these people that were there with her were probably just other unfortunate victims.
Thank you for watching.
And this has been said multiple times, folks, okay? This has been said by all of us in here, have said this in different versions of it. Some of us have said, that I think it was Kaylee who was the target. And then somebody said before it was Ethan and Xana that was the target. Somebody else has said it was Maddie that was the target. It really doesn't matter at this point because sadly, they're all gone. Okay. But the point is that one of these was the target. In turn, one of these people were being stalked, sadly, again, because of the outcome. But, and this is based on what a psychiatrist has said. And again, I wanted you to hear what it was that he said about DM's possible mindset the day of the morning that this happened. Okay. Now, that being said, where is everybody? Come on, guys. You got to do better. You got to come in here with me. But I have a bit of an issue now from something that I heard the day before yesterday. Okay. Now, one second. Where is it? So it got brought up via News Nation. I can't find it. I thought I had downloaded it for you guys, but I can't find it. This is insane. I can never find what I want to find in here. But anyway, it was brought up. News Nation said that they have a source that they're getting info from, right? And that it's a very reputable source. Okay, I'll take it. Typically they haven't been. Hello, Molly. I see you. Typically, they haven't. They are pretty factual, and I have a bit of a respect for Brian Etten, truthfully. So it is what it is. My mindset is to respond, but I was trained to respond. Yeah. So it's been said now that at some point that morning, okay, that with everything that now we've heard, in the beginning, the story's changed multiple times, guys. That's a problem I have right there, but it is what it is. But it's been now said, we heard that first Dylan heard nothing. There he is. What's up, my brother? Good to see you, sir. What's up, Red? That the first thing we heard was that Dylan heard nothing. That the girls that survived slept through everything. Nobody heard her. Nobody heard nothing. Blah blah blah. That was initial, and then it changed. Then it changed. Then it changed. Okay, it's changed so many times. I don't know. But anyway, at this point now, there has been a new comment made, and it really, really kind of threw me back. But it didn't at the same time, because it's something that I've been saying that I thought was probably factual from the beginning. And I'm glad that Red's here, because Red's the one that kind of will stand against a lot of the things that are said with logic. Like I said before, that's why Red is now a moderator, because Red keeps everybody on their toes and keeps our room balanced for us, folks. Even with me. So once again, for those of you that weren't here the other day that saw that Red became a moderator, give him a little congrats, guys, because he deserves it. He's very involved in the room and the chat, and always is. So I appreciate and respect that. But anyway, so via News Nation, and News Nation got this from their quote unquote source that's supposedly reputable, that now at this point they're saying that DM, at some point when all of this was going on, opened her door and yelled out, "Hey guys, keep it down. People are trying to sleep." And then shut her door and went back in her room. Was that said in the affidavit, guys? No. Was that said to us any other time before? No. That's brand new. Well, within days, but you know what I mean, compared to what we've talked about. That's brand new, folks. We went from nothing at all to, well, she cracked her door open once, and then we went to she cracked her door open twice, then we went to 3 times, and then she saw bushy eyebrows, and then he walked right past her, and then there's that, and then now at this point now she opened her damn door and said, "Hey, keep it down. People are trying to sleep." Okay. And what did I say to you guys? I don't know. What, has it been a month now? Do you remember when I said that I find it hard to believe that this girl opened the door, saw somebody walk past her, described him pretty decently in the dark, and let him walk out the door, went back in her bedroom and locked the door and never came back out for 8 hours? You remember the conversation we had where I said I had a hard time believing that, right? Welcome, Miss Lena. Thank you for joining us. And Anna, good to see you both. Thank you for being here. Yes. If we could have dropped a line in there with some bait on it, folks, we'd have pulled fish out left and right or wrong. So now, how much time has it passed? Okay. How do we know if any of the statements made by other people is legitimate? And see, that's the issue, Sherry. That's why I try to kind of avoid certain things. But I do go and pay attention to media outlets and people that have been, you guys know how this is, okay? And I try to take the ones that have been, how can I put this? The media outlets that have been pretty much on point with everything they've said, I kind of follow them. Okay, if you know what I'm saying. Just like if you guys are following a creator on YouTube out here, that when they bring something to you, if it's pretty much what it should be or it sounds right, you kind of stick with that person, or you watch what they're saying and you take it for what it is. Well, and that's why this is all speculation, Sherry. That's the problem, okay? I wish that we could say that this is 100% true fact, but we can't. And that's the other thing too, Lena. This is where some of these things get started and where these rumors come out. And that's why you got to watch what you listen to, what you think is real, what you don't. You know what I mean? Was the title sources Ethan killed in the door was in his... I'm not sure. And that's the other thing I was getting ready to say. I'm not sure. Banfield, okay? Ashley, I've always kind of followed what she says, and I've kind of like been kind of like, I don't know how to say this, but wanted to believe things that she said, right? Well, I don't know what's been happening. Thank you, Miss Heather. I appreciate that. I don't know what's been happening lately. I said, but you know, even Ashley Banfield is like something was off with her. Like she seemed like she was kind of like falling into the rabbit hole herself a little bit, and I was just like, well, okay. I don't know. So, and we're going to talk about this. Red just said, yep, we agreed with that. Where'd it go? We agreed with what I said about them probably protecting her from public scrutiny. Absolutely. Absolutely. Right? Okay. And back up here, Sunshine says there's a difference between a playful scream and a fearful scream. Absolutely. Once again. So, do you think? Because I think she knew more than he had. Now, and we talked about this, folks. You know we did. Okay. We talked about the fact that we all thought, I think Dover Mom said it. I know Mama Bear had mentioned it. And I think, no problems, Red. Somebody else had said it too. But said that, you know, I said it too, that, you know, we feel that there's a very big possibility that there is a lot more to what we've been told, but the, you know, Moscow is holding that close to their chest for the sake of the case. We'll just go with that and say that that's, you know, okay, that's what it is. But this is a whole different scenario for this to come out and to be said, okay, that the girl opened her door and yelled. Now, and this, I'm going to tell you in a second why I have such a huge problem with this. That the girl opened her door and yelled out for everybody to quiet down. People are trying to sleep. We're going to go with that, okay? And I'm going to hold off a minute before I finish this because I want Red to be here for this. So, but yeah, that has created a problem in my mind. I'll just put it that way. All right, Jeff. Welcome, Jeff. Good to see you, sir. Been a while, but welcome back, brother. It's good to have you here. If Dylan knew more than she's letting on, surely even young as she is, she'd have to know waiting 8 hours to call police would be suspicious. AF must be some other explanation. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. It's kind of what I was going for in a sense, but you know, the biggest thing here, guys, and I'm not attacking DM, and I'm not going to. I don't want to, regardless of, even if I thought something. Okay, I'm not going to do that, and here's why. Because again, in a sense, I still feel like she's still in a sense a victim of the situation, at least. Okay. Exactly, Boone. Exactly. Thank you. So, yeah, and I I agree with you, Jeff. I do. I really do. Okay. But I am going to say a couple things that some people may take. Welcome back, Red. That some people may take as offensive. I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm trying to think of the right way to say it so it doesn't sound offensive. Okay. She's a witness, not a victim. And that's kind of the best way to put it, Boone. Thank you. Like I said, I kind of feel like she's victimized in a sense because of the whole situation. Okay. Not in a sense of her being an actual victim is what I'm trying to say. But I have a huge problem with this for a couple of things now. Okay. Now, and I'm going to present it and it be offensive. Right. And you'll clear that up, won't you, Red? Right. So Here's how I feel about this. So now, if this actually happened, and I agree with you on that too, Dover Mom. Bethany has had my attention for quite a while, from the beginning. So anywho, what I'm saying now is, if Dylan had opened her door, guys, during the commencement of the crime, with the noise was going on, that she said she heard, that I believe she heard a lot louder for one and a lot more of for two. Okay, back up. Say that one more time to you guys. What we were told that Dylan heard was very minute. And what I'm saying is, what I think she heard a lot more of what she said she heard, or what we were told she said she heard. And I think that it was heard a lot louder from her, to her, I should say. I'm not saying that's right, but you know what I mean, okay? First off, there's that. So I think she heard and knew more of what was going on behind her, because if we remember back when it was said that she made a phone call and said, hey, something happened here. I need you guys to come here now and bring everybody. Do you guys remember when it was said that she made that phone call, right? Excuse me. I think she just thought it was others partying, so when it quieted down, she went to sleep. Put earbuds in because she wanted to sleep. Okay. I can go with that, and I respect that, Boone. But I don't fully agree with you on it. And I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying I don't fully agree with you. And here's why. Okay. When she opened her door, quote unquote, again, if this happened, when she opened her door and yelled out, hey, keep it down, people are trying to sleep. When that happened, Brian Koberger was still in the house doing what he was doing, which in turn would tell me that he would hear her saying that. And as he's leaving the house, not only did he supposedly see her or didn't see her, but knows that there's somebody else in that house at that point, and still walks past this girl out of the house and leaves her there. That's my number one problem with this. Okay. Now, call me out on my stupidity if I'm missing something. Tell me I'm an idiot if I said something wrong. But it doesn't make any sense to me. None. And I'll even throw into effect that the dude has, visual snow and everything else. The fact is she vocally, supposedly yelled out into a house in the middle of the night that everybody's sleeping in, that the house was probably quiet, other than what was going on upstairs or around the corner from her, right around the corner, because who knows where in the house he was when she made this vocal statement out towards the whole house, that he still left her alone. Does that make any sense to anybody in here at all? Even if he knew his time was short, Boone, I would venture to say that he probably didn't guess that there was a problem with time until that happened. You see what I'm saying? But at that point, was probably done. So does this make sense to you guys? That's all I'm asking, first off. Because it makes zero sense to me. And that's the thing, though. He didn't run. He walked right out of the house like it was nothing. If I was afraid, if I did something like this and I was afraid of the police showing up, I would have ran out of the house, okay? And probably made 10 times more mistakes than he made. Now, it was said to me, and I'm not going to put out there who said it. And I'm not going to throw it out there as a factual statement, okay? This is just another little thing that goes with. It has nothing to do with what I just asked you guys. But it's something that's part of the whole situation that made me second guess something the other day. A very wise person said this to me, in my opinion, as far as the way she looks at this case, and said, how about that the sheath that was left accidentally, quote unquote, that they found the DNA on that belongs to him to catch him with, right? Okay. I don't know. All I know is it is very sketchy, Lance. I agree with you. What's up, Mr. Whistle? Good to see you. The only explanation would be either his God complex, let her live, or he was completely exhausted after doing it. And those are the only things that I could come to terms with myself, Red, to make it make sense to me. He was either completely and fully exhausted after 4 people and had to go, or in his mind, he had to let her live to tell his story. Okay? Those are the only things that make sense to me, because besides that, nothing else does. So, back to the sheath thing real quick. Somebody had brought to my attention, and I never thought of it like this. You're right, Red. I agree. So what if the sheath wasn't left there accidentally? Okay. What if it was taken from him and in a dark room while you're being attacked with a knife, you grab something to use to defend yourself as a weapon, and okay, because it's shaped in a sense with a point on it to I mean, you don't really know what's going on with all the drama going on around you and the trauma that's being affected towards you or being put onto you. Okay. What if she grabbed that to defend herself with it at the point in time that he was going at her, and then like kept it and tucked it underneath herself during that fight? Kind of is a mental, like, I'm not saying this is a fact, folks, but I had to think about this when it was brought to my attention. Like, she did it on purpose, knowing that she was done, sadly, but that this would help them figure out who did this to her. Does it make sense what I'm saying? Somebody put that in my head the other day. We were talking about it, and it really did kind of kick something in for me. Unless he did a Dylan Ruth number. Dylan told 2 survivors, I let you live your time. Yeah, I've heard that. Which, like I said, yeah. People have spelled their killers' names in their own blood before. That's a fact, Boone. That's kind of where I was going with that. It has happened. In a Coen, oh, sorry, Jeff, I just now saw that. In a Coen Brothers movie, gunmen told cashier, I want you to count up to 875, then back down to 0. I'm coming back in 5 and check to see if you ain't cheating. BK put this kind of fear in Dylan, maybe. That's possible. That was kind of what I was going for when I said, that maybe, she just, I don't know, folks. Like, the more that I hear come out about her, I don't know if that's true, April. Like I said, it's just a thought that somebody had put out, and I had never thought of something like that being an option before until that was said to me. You know what I mean? Hey, Jules of all trades. What's up? Thanks for joining us today, my dear. I think it was dropped there, and he just left it because Kaylee walked in and interrupted that he was doing right. And see that Jules is not the only person that has said that Kaylee was not in that room initially, that she was in her own room with the dog, and that she walked out of that room, shut the door, left the dog in there, and walked in because she heard Maddie making noises. And I can very much go with that, okay? I very much can. More adrenaline, he just forgot it. And that very well is probably and possibly what happened. It's something that somebody looked at that situation before, because we all kind of look at the same things and think the same things about it. You know what I mean? But it was just something extra that I wanted to put out there for you guys to play around with for a minute and see what you think. Thank you for that, Jules. I appreciate that. Yeah, the adrenaline, he forgot it. And here's another thought, folks. He probably didn't even think about the fact that he ever had it at the point that he was at. Okay, you pull it out and you drop it and you're going doing what you're doing. At that point, it completely probably left his mind that he ever had that thing to begin with, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Good afternoon, Green Eyes. It's so great to see you. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you are having a beautiful day and had a wonderful weekend. Thank you for joining us. You're more than welcome to join me, Dober Mom, if you'd like to join me up here. Like I said, you're more than welcome to jump up here with me today. That way people can hear another voice besides mine. And, Mama Bear, like I said, she's busy, but she's still in the chat, but she just can't join me on panel today. So you're welcome if you would like, let me know, and I'll drop a link for you. And okay, well, there's the answer quickly. All right. Just remember, keep the language to a limit, please. That's all I ask. And I'm sure you'll have no problems with that. And I just thought I missed something. No, April, you missed nothing. And yeah. And you know what, Jules? And I think Dober Mom had the same theory in a sense. Okay. Jeff says if heated arguments and fights were common in the house, maybe that's truly what Dylan thought she heard. Right. I just have a huge problem now, guys, hearing that the girl opened the door and asked everybody to be quiet, shut the door, went back in, and never came back out again. Other than to open her door to see Brian walk past and let her live. That's the issue I had. Okay. And I might be overreacting. I might be over dramatizing what I'm hearing, but I can't let it go. I heard it Saturday. I have not thought of anything else besides that until right now. And I'm still bugged out about it. Okay. It just bothers me. It bothers me. And why are we just now hearing this? I mean, I get it that it came from a different source. Okay. And all these sources are coming out of the woodwork and this and that and everything else. It is what it is. So, and we're going to probably get more before June, guys. We'll probably have the entire case solved before June. Hello. How are ya? Can you hear me?
My like.
Oh, there you go.
Good.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes. Something just doesn't seem right. Let's see here. It's literally the reason most people never believed she was frozen in shock. Right. That's what my issue was with it, Jules. Because let's go through that whole thing, okay? We'll just say that happened. Oh, do you have another instance open, hun? Because I hear an echo. Hello.
Might be the TV.
Hello. Nope, I still hear an echo. Her telling people to shut. Oh, we're at. Green Eye says, Dago, you have an echo. Dober Mom can't hear you. Okay, yeah, I do still hear an echo.
No, frozen.
We heard that in the beginning of the case. News Nation and Fox are acting like that's new info, but we heard she told someone to shut up in the. Oh yeah. Right, and it very well could be. Yeah, there's a bad echo. Good Lord. Hold on.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Like, it keeps freezing on my TV here, and.
What are you loaded in with?
Yeah, I can't really see anything on the phone itself either.
Are you on your phone?
Yeah.
All right, go out and try to come back in.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you're very, very possibly right, Jules. That it like I said, that's why I said it was kind of a Is it real or is it not real? And the only reason why I even listened to it was because of where it came from, thinking that it should be a decent source. Do you know what I mean? I may be wrong, and they may be wrong, but all right, let's see if this is any different. Sounds like a football stadium.
How about now?
Hello? Hey, there we go. I don't hear an echo. I don't know if you guys do, but I don't. Your volume is kind of low, like to your microphone.
Still?
Can you turn? No. It's okay now. I hear your TV in the back, but that's not an echo.
Okay.
Are you guys getting an echo, or is it all good now?
Okay.
Okay.
If I do
Good
it,
deal. Are you able to turn your
yeah,
mic
it's bad,
volume
I'm
up
gonna
at all?
have to get out, but
All
my
right.
computer's all busted, so.
It's okay. It's all right. Sound
I can try.
all right. It says we sound good. Yeah, she's probably just soft spoken.
Sorry.
You're okay.
Clickety click.
Yeah, where we at? 3 times she opened the door. She heard whimpering. She heard there's someone here. I think she heard way more than that, but yeah, right, Cream Puff. And then Jules said after that, fingers were severed almost off, which they were, and there was more than whimpering. Right. I mean, that's what I'm saying. They I know that we're not getting the full Monty coming from whatever Dylan saw or heard, anything from what Bethany saw or heard, or anything else. And I know why. I get that, okay? But if you're gonna give us something, don't give us something that's ridiculous to the point where we're not gonna believe it. And then more of this is gonna happen. There's gonna be way more speculation. There's gonna be way more, people that are going to be, talking down about her and whatnot because of this type of thing. They have audio from the house next door. It's the PCA. That means inside was loud. Right. Thank you, Jules. Yes. If you're going to pick up an audio from a Ring camera to the house next door, you don't think that inside the house itself is going to sound like a damn baseball game? There's no way that there was a soft, a quiet little scream or a yell or get the hell out of here. Miss me with that bullshit. That doesn't make any sense. Only Dago has an echo now, not Dobermom. She's not talking. That's why, Pink. And what's up? Try turning your TV down in the background, Dobermom. Dylan could have noise-canceling headphones. I mean,
I got my headphones. I'm gonna try to do it that way this time.
Okay.
See if that works.
That might work, actually. Welcome, Pink. Good to see you. You can't tell me that when he was unaliving Maddie, Kaylee did not scream. Absolutely. And let's even go this far. Let's even go this far, because if we'll go with what Jules's kind of theory is and Dobermom's is, and I kind of follow it a little bit too, if Maddie was being victimized at that point and Kaylee heard what she probably heard and from the other bedroom and walked in there, you don't think she screamed when she opened the door? Or you don't think she screamed as she went into the room? I mean, come on. And if that's the case, there's no echo now at all. Okay, thank you, Pink. Now, if that's the case, then it doesn't. Whoa, hello? Red, the 2 that circulated were fake, but the PCA list and audio that we haven't heard. Correct. Where'd you go? You came back in again?
All right, are we up in yay?
There you go.
All right.
Is there any echoes, guys? Because you sound loud and clear now.
Good. There shouldn't be any. The TV's muted.
Okay.
Just here.
There is a distracting TV in the background. That's gone now, Pink. Yeah, her message came through afterwards. We're good. We're good, I think. As long as there's no echoes, we're good. No, okay, sounds normal. Jules said, awesome, great. Sherry says, Steve and Kaylee was worse. Steve said Kaylee was worse because she fought her. And see, I was thinking about that. I'm glad you said that, Sherry. Here's my point. And I'm glad that Dobermom and Jules put this theory up there because here's the deal. If Kaylee would have been laying next to her in the bed when this happened, I don't think it would have been that way. What I think happened, now that I thought about this, and Jules said this, and Dobermom said this, and somebody else said this, is that she did come from the other room, and that's why her wounds were worse, because she was fighting against him as he was attacking Maddie. That's what I think
He
happened.
interrupted the fantasy.
Right. He interrupted it, and in turn, she got more than what she probably would have got, because I don't think that she was supposed to be there. Because she wasn't, guys. Okay?
That's why I picked that night. That's at least what I think.
And I feel that way too. That's, after hearing you say that, and Jules had said that, a couple other people said that, it makes me think that makes more sense than anything. Okay? That she was in her own bed, and she heard the commotion going on next across the hall, whatever you want to call it. Okay? Got up and walked in on that, which says again that Maddie was the target, folks. Maddie was the target, okay? Which I still think could go back to an interaction that happened at the restaurant that she worked at with him being vegan that he went to. And I may be completely wrong, but I don't think I am.
No, I don't think you're wrong either. I think with Maddie, it was probably a little bit more precise, controlled, that sort of a thing, because she was the target and he saw that as maybe, like one of those people that if I can't have her, nobody can. Like it was a solution. I think it
Right.
was just rage of you disrupted this thing. I've been planning. You aren't supposed to be here. If they were going to share a bed, I really feel like they would have shared Kaylee since it was bigger. On top of that, it kind of seemed like maybe they were a little bit irked with each other when they were going past the whole "what did you say to Adam" thing.
Yeah.
So it seemed like Kaylee had some stuff she had to sort out. And even though Maddie's her best friend, I don't know if she would want Maddie to be right there, like in the same bed while
Hey,
she's trying
Pink.
to sort stuff out.
Right. TV is a distract. No, the TVs are all off now, Pink. That must have been that. There must be a delay because I think that was from before. Okay, I got you. I can't remember which of the kids' dads said that there was a connection between them. It was Steve initially, or at first he said there was nothing, and then he came back down the road later and said that he believed that there was some sort of a connection. Right. So what that connection is, folks, is what I'm either there was some sort of a hold on one second. I think I hear what. Hold on one second. I know where that noise is coming from now. I'll be right back, guys.
It's that ghost I was telling you about. Let's see if I can. Thank you guys for bearing with me while he's not here. I'm going to fangirl for just a second. Jules, what's that? All right. What about the Bluetooth? Interesting point. Does anybody remember, like,
All right.
Kaylee's dad had said something about this guy that had asked Kaylee to make him like PC or something, and she was like super offended, and then he instantly took it back. That's kind of why I'm wondering if they're saying like maybe the Bluetooth and the router and all that like were familiar with each other.
Say that again.
Well, pretty early on, Steve had made a comment about Kaylee went on this date. She was taking a break from Jack, just to, explore options, that sort of thing. And they kind of touched a little tiny bit, but you could tell there was like oh, I'm not supposed to talk about that, because he cut back pretty quick during that like personal interview that they had later on. Kaylee went on a date with another guy, and he had asked her, like, he's been really rude and was like, why don't you make yourself useful? And I'm just surmising how the conversation went. It was something to the effect of, make me a quesadilla. And she was so offended. Like, he treated her like she was only good for kitchen work. And she was like, I'm rethinking the whole like breakup with Jack thing. And her parents were like, that's why we kept saying we knew they were going to get back together. They were working on it, trying to figure it out. That along those lines. I'm wondering if that's why they think the router, the Bluetooth speaker, whatever, might be like familiar with each other. Because if she had gone on like a date with him, or if she had been at the house and he had been at the house visiting someone else, then there would be that comment of, why don't you make me a quesadilla? Or, and maybe even before that, it was, hey, can I get your Wi-Fi real quick?
Yep, I get what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying.
Yes,
And
Miss Boone said it. The quote was, will I ever find another Jack? And that's when